Good morning, Molly Murder Mittens. Hey, look, it's Ginevra. How's it going, sweetie? How's everybody doing this morning? Whew, it is a windy and frosty one today. It's about 32 degrees or 0 Celsius. And yeah, it's definitely starting to feel like winter. Huh. Would you look at that? It's my large white dogs, and they're happy to see me. How's it going, guys? Hey, Toby, good boy. Good to see you. Good to see my large white dogs. Yeah, I know. It's so happy to see everybody. One added bonus of having Abby out all night is the fact that when I get to see my large white dogs first thing in the morning, it's always so much excitement. Isn't that right? So the task at hand for today is actually I have to finish converting the quack house into the dog house. You see, I spent yesterday afternoon clearing the space out and cleaning it out. And when I say clean out, I did more than just sweep out the litter from the birds. I actually came in with like the leaf blower and started wreaking havoc in there. And then I covered up the hole that I've traditionally used to put the waterers inside the duck house. That way with the hole covered, it'll be warmer for the dogs. And then I took some of the shiplap I had used to do the end wall of the hoop coop, and I used it to make an additional layer of flooring. Like, it wasn't a perfect hardwood flooring job, but I think it's definitely enough to make sure that things look good, smell good, and feel good for the dogs. And now as we go inside to look, you can see, I think this is gonna be a wonderful setting for Toby Dog and Abby Dog to live. You know, there's plenty of space for them. And don't worry, Molly Barn Cat, I might even make a little loft for the barn cats in here. Yeah, Ginny, I know you're curious about it too. And I actually even have this little raised platform because I'm gonna experiment with having the dogs actually eat on this little piece right here. It's part of my plan to get them a little bit more comfortable with it. You know, it's still got a window. I know Abby Dog's already very excited about it. I really only have 2 more steps today before I can turn this over to them. And step number 1 is I wanna put some plastic over here on this door. I wanna make like a doggy door for them to be able to come in and out of. I'll probably end up using the same exact plastic that I used at the end walls of the hoop coop because I have a bunch of it left over. And what I'll do is I'll end up taking 2 sheets, one on the inside and one on the outside, with the hope that that gives them some better warmth and protection. And then I'm gonna need to put some straw down so it's nice and warm and cozy. So yeah, that is gonna be the activity for today's video. But before we can do any of that, we gotta go check on the birds and let them out for the day. Good morning, birdie birdies. How's it going, everybody? Things really remain to be very warm and toasty in here. And we had some crazy wind over the last 24 hours, and I'm really happy to see just how the hoop coop held up. The roof remains very taut. The sides with their anti-billowing device are actually keeping things from flapping around too much. All in all, I'm very pleased with this whole experiment and how it's been going. Hey, chickens, how's it going? Even Runaway Red seems to be regrowing her feathers better and better now. Yeah, I'm talking about you, girl. Now, you guys might notice this blue pallet that I have here, and you might be thinking to yourself that it's kind of a weird thing to just have laying on the floor. Well, I do have a grand plan for this. You see, at a certain point, the watering system that I'm using right now is gonna shut down because it's too cold. Like right now, I should be able to get water out for the birds in the morning, but next week, the temps are gonna drop down to the low 20s and into even the teens, and I'm pretty sure at that point, I'm gonna have to shut my watering system and my watering lines off and I have to flush them out for the winter. And so when that happens, I'm gonna start actually doing the bird water inside here. And I'm probably gonna add a couple of water barrels that are gonna sit right on this plastic pallet. And so what's gonna happen is, I'll probably set it up on a couple of cinder blocks so it's raised up, and I'm gonna fill water inside these barrels. And see, what's gonna happen is during the day, when the sun really heats this place up, those barrels are gonna get that heat and they're gonna retain that heat. It's gonna heat the water. And so when the temps drop at night, my theory is that these barrels are gonna act as like a heat battery and store some of that heat. And then each morning as I'm coming in here, I'm gonna refill it with fresh water, and I'm gonna pour the water off the barrels in here for the birds to have water to drink. So I'm not sure if I'm making a ton of sense with how I'm explaining this, but the idea is I'm gonna be constantly cycling fresh water in and constantly using the heat of the day to heat that water, and then use that to distribute water to the birds. I'm not totally sure if it's gonna work, but it will be an experiment that we do here on the farm. All right, birds, you look like you wanna go outside, huh? Well, I guess it's about time to release the Quacken! So you can see here, the birds are getting the last dregs of the pumpkins, but for the most part, they've done a good job of eating it out. Oh no! One of my large white dogs, and I'm not gonna say which one, absolutely plowed into the camera, and this little screen broke off. I don't know, I'll have to take it inside and see what I can do with it. I got some duct tape and stuff.
My old man got this ultimate set of tools. I can fix it.
You know, Abby, you can be a little bit of a gremlin sometimes. All right, dirty birds, let's get you some fresh water. Woo, you guys feel that wind? It makes it feel a lot colder than it is. All right. Okay, got a hose situated. Now on nights where I know it might be freezing, I find it's better to unplug your hose and let the water drain out. And I just have to plug it back in and you can see the water's flowing. That's what that drip, drip, drip is telling me. There we go. See, water's flowing. Yeah, the birds seem pretty well acclimated to their new setting. I mean, everybody seems pretty happy. I have only had an occasional chicken escape. For the most part, everybody goes home and goes to bed at the right time. Yeah, I'm barely even having to say all ducks go to bed because they just kind of go to bed on their own, which is pretty incredible. Oh dear. Did you guys look at that? Ugh. It's another thing that's tipped over. Oh dear, look at that. I just put the Happy Cowmobile away for storage and it looks like the wind from last night tipped it over. You know, I was gonna take the cover off of it in the next couple of days so that I would be able to not have snow pile up and break it. I wasn't expecting wind damage. I mean, that thing has sustained so much abuse over the course of this summer and into the fall. I was starting to feel like it was indestructible. I'll go check it out as soon as I finish giving the birds water. Okay, get the next one going. A commenter asked if I was gonna put seed down around here for all the birds. And I would, only the birds would probably try to eat it. And so it's almost not worth doing right now. What I'll end up doing is putting mulch hay down around here, almost like I do around the other parts of the bird area to keep the ground pretty good. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, Ron Swanson just laid an egg. You can see Ron walking away right there. I'll put this water down. Yeah, wow. Whoa, it's nice and toasty. You know, I've captured ducks laying eggs before just sort of randomly like that. It's a shame I was yakking away to you guys. I could have actually showed you that on camera, but yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. All right, we'll give that a couple minutes and let it fill up. You know, the other thing that people have noticed and commented on is how there seems to be a fair amount of like cardboard scattered around here. Yeah, that was the remnants of the box that the hoop coop materials actually came in. I should have done a better job trying to collect it. At this point, I've gotten all the plastic up and now it's just the actual cardboard, which is just basically carbon matter, so I'm letting it biodegrade here on the soil. Seems like it's doing good. All right, now that the water's full, we can disconnect and it'll drain out a little bit, cover that up, and we'll be ready to go for tomorrow. You gotta play nicely with your friend, or else he's just gonna hit you. You gotta remember that. So I did want to tell you guys about something new that we're doing this year, which is specifically we're offering a Goldshaw Farm calendar. A lot of you guys have been requesting it, and so we went ahead and we finally took some of our favorite photos and put it together in a special calendar. And it even has some cool bonus features, like for example, special dates on the farm are marked, and we tried to include like videos that talked about those special dates. Oh yeah, look, hey, there's my birthday. What do you think about it, Ginny? You're even featured in this calendar. You're the February calendar girl, and look, you and your mom are also on March. And then maybe the coolest part about the calendar is, while I was actually making the calendar, I decided to include a special secret map of the farm. People are always wondering like how the farm actually looks from a map perspective, and so that's what you see right here. This special map that I drew by hand is only available with the calendar. If you guys want to purchase your own calendar, you got to act quick because I only have a limited number that I got printed. But head on over to goldshawfarm.com and you can get the calendar, or you can actually get the special edition calendar, which includes a couple of special things like autographs, some signatures, as well as a couple of other cool things like stickers and pins and feathers. And who knows, maybe if I sell enough of these calendars, I'll be able to pay for my broken camera. The life of a farm camera is a tough one. Good morning, weird chickens. Rise and grind. So after a lot of viewer feedback and consideration on my part about what to do with the weird chickens, I have decided I'm gonna keep weird chickens, and I'm gonna continue to keep them because they do bring me joy. And sometimes an operation on a farm doesn't need to be profitable, it just needs to make you happy. Of course, also, sometimes weird chickens can bring you breakfast. I haven't been checking on here in the last couple of days, but it looks like I got 4 eggs. All right. You know, 4 silky eggs like this actually makes for a perfect omelet. All right, let's go check on the Happy Cowmobile. All right, it doesn't look too bad. Just looks like the wind sort of picked it up. Nothing looks broken, so that's the good news. Crashed into this chicken tractor here, which maybe took a little bit of damage, but I can fix it up this spring. All right, let's try to set this thing right. I think part of the problem is it's on somewhat uneven ground. And I actually never bothered to put the ground anchor in place, which really is shame on me. There we go. So now with the ground acre in place, that hopefully shouldn't go anywhere. I don't know, maybe later today I'll try to come out here and cut off the shade cloths. Like I said, I was already planning on taking it off so that the snow didn't build up on it, but I didn't think about the wind. Yeah, it's a really windy one, isn't it, Abby? Toby's like, yeah, it is windy. Where's my petting? Here's your petting, buddy boy. Here's your petting right here. Abby, don't get jealous. Come on, you gotta be respectful, Abby. Yeah, Toby, you're a good boy. And Abby, you're a good girl. You just can't get jealous. All right, Abby, should we go check on the cattle? Wanna come? All right, how's everybody doing this morning? How's it going, Audrey? Huh? Hey there, Jimi Hendrix. How's it going, pal? Aw, you love getting scratched on the nose? You know, it's funny, I actually came out here yesterday and Jimi Hendrix and Joey Ramone were butting heads. It was kind of cute to watch. Definitely shows you how they're growing up. What's everybody else doing? Oh, looks like you might need a little more hay. Ariel, you come here. She's like, you don't have a treat or a brush. I'm not coming towards you. So I am working on my plan to start milking Ariel. I think the biggest thing I need to do is make sure it happens safely. Like, there is a lot of risk. Like, I could easily get gored or trampled or kicked in the head if I'm not careful. And so in order to pull this one off, I think I'm gonna have to build like a milking stanchion or something. And if I can get Ariel inside the milking stanchion, I think I'll have good odds of being able to milk him. You know, between the wind and me breaking my camera, this doesn't feel like it's been my day. I even had the hoop coop trip over. I think because of the wind, I might have to pause on trying to build the door for this. Working with greenhouse plastic in high winds just absolutely sucks. So yeah, Abby, I think you might have to wait an extra day or two before you get to move into your new house. Even though I think you genuinely like it. As a consolation prize, if you guys want to see how I ended up building this structure, I'll flash back to this video right here, which was really how I built it and then how I ultimately moved the ducks into it. Long before we had Abby Dog and well before we had Toby Dog. Yeah, this house has a lot of memories, that's for darn sure. Thanks for watching, everybody.